This is Uglo Fashion. You're welcome to my channel. And today we are learning how to make this mermaid gown. You can see how lovely it is. So if you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe. And if you have any comments, I'll be waiting for you in the comment section. Thank you. Mermaid gown. I'm using a stretchy material. You can see. Then the fabric I'm using as pattern. The leaf is facing this side, so all my cutting was faced this side, so I don't bend the leaf. So the first thing I'll do is I'll fold my fabric into two like so. For this tutorial, the measurement I will be using is shoulder to nipple point is 10, shoulder to under bust is 13, shoulder to half length is 16, then total circumference of the bust is 36, for under bust is 30, for half length is 30, then the nipple to nipple is 7 inches, the shoulder is 15, then the length of the gown is 58, the hip is 40, and I'm going to determine the hip length for 24. Measure the length of the gown. The full length is 58 inches. Then I will add 1 inch sewing allowance. That's for my folding. Then I'll come back here and measure my nipple point. That's 10 inches. That's from shoulder to nipple point, 10 inches. Shoulder to under bust, 13. Shoulder to half length, 16. To hip length, like I told you, I said I'm going to use 24. Then the knee length, 34. You can tell your clients, you can measure all this on your clients. You don't need to assume the measurements. So I'm going to rule everything out. The circumference of the bust is 36. So I'm going to divide it by 4, which will give me 9. Then the under bust is 30. I'll divide it by 4 as well to give me 7.5. The half length is 30 divided by 4 will still give me 7.5. Then for the hip is 40 divided by 4, that will give me 10 inches. For the knee length, you know it's fish, so this place has to be very tiny. It's mermaid rather, so it has to be very tiny. So now I will subtract 4 inches from this hip length, then divide it by 4. You know every other part is divided by 4, so I will divide it by 4 to give me the accurate measurement I need here. So this particular place, I said the hip is 40, so hip length is going to be hip minus 4 divided by 4. You know every other part is divided by 4, but from this hip you will minus 4, so it's going to give us 40 minus 4 is going to give us 36, then divided by 4, which will give us 9. So that is what I'm going to use here. I will use 9 for the mermaid shape to really come out. So I'll connect the lines, then give it a slant shape there. Let me first connect the lines. I have 9 inches here. I'll still measure the 9 inches down here. Then measure another 5 inch. That's for the mermaid shape. You know it's going to be like fish down. So it's going to be like this. Sorry, this chalk is not really showing on this fabric. I've tried several chalks on it. I think the fabric somehow act. This side I measure my shoulder circumference, which is 15 inches. That's 15 divided by 2, that will give me 7. Then I'll come down again and measure 7 inches from where I measured my shoulder circumference. So I'll connect it to. Then, like I do say, I'll come in by 1 inch here. Then on this point, I'll measure 4.5. Just to give it that curved apple shape. Then I'll connect it to this. Please note I did not add seam allowance to this because the material is stretchy. If I should add any extra seam allowance, I will get more than the actual body shape I need. So I don't need, even from this particular measurement, I will still see something to sew because the material is stretchy. So let me cut it out. So this is the shape at the end of the day. So if you are not using a stretchy fabric like mine, you can add 2 inches seam allowance by the side so that you have allowance to sew in. But because this one is stretchy, I don't need it. So now I'll just place this on my back and cut it out. Now I've placed my front bodies on the remaining fabric. Then I gave it 3 inches allowance. The reason for that is because I want the back side to have tail. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and measure where my nail length is, which is 34. So then that's where the toe is going to start from. Then on my hip point, I'll come in with 1 inch. I want to roll out the allowance I measure. So that's 3 inches. Then the remaining one, I'll use it for the tail like I said. So I'm going to slant it. So let me cut it off so that you can see the difference of the material, because as if it's looking the same. So this is 4 that we have here. So I'll just cut out the back, then explain how to do the nail length. This is the hip length and this is the nail length. You can see I've cut part of it out. So now, you know, I gave it a slant shape the other time, so I'll trim out the slant shape. So after doing that, this is the hip length. So for on the knee length as well, I'll still come in with 1 inch because I want the boot up to really the shape of the boot can come out very well. So I will stamp it from that 1 inch to my hip length. Like so, sorry, the chalk is not really showing. So I'll just now, and I must still connect it this slant shape. So I'll just go. So that's the shape. Then I'll use this remaining for the zipper allowance, but since it's going to be is a stretchy fabric, so I don't really need the zipper allowance this much, and the zip self is not going to be this long. I'll just fix small zip on it. Then I'll cut the neck now. So I will place back my front bodies, then cut the neckline. So for the neckline, I'm going to make it scalo neck. So I'll use 4.5 by 4. That's for both front and back. So that's why I'm cutting the two together. You can make yours 5, it's your choice. I want it to be wide. And you know our shoulder is not straight, so I'll just come here and measure 1 inch, then slant it. So now I'm good to go.